The Allen Heath ZEDi-10 mixers are amazingly powerful for the price, and they just might be the perfect fit for musicians, podcasters, and recording engineers on a budget. But if this is our first time meeting, my name is Kyle. Welcome to Audio University. By the way, real quick, if you decide that this mixer is a good fit for you, buying one through the link in the description of this video will help support Audio University at no extra cost to you. Let's get started. We'll start by taking a look at the inputs. The ZEDi-10 mixers have a total of 10 inputs, but the type of source you can connect to each input varies. The first 4 channels have XLR inputs with built-in microphone preamps. These are the only 4 inputs that you can connect a microphone to directly. You can connect dynamic mics or condenser mics using the global switch to supply phantom power to all microphone inputs. You can also connect line-level sources to the first 4 channels. That could include smartphones, laptops, turntables, keyboards, etc. The 2 stereo inputs are useful if you have a left and right signal from a line-level device, such as music from a smartphone. The left and right signals will stay separated, but you can use a single channel strip to easily control them together. It's important to note that while stereo input 1 has a preamp that you can use to turn up quiet signals, stereo input 2 does not. The lack of a preamp on stereo input 2 shouldn't be a problem if the device you're connecting to it has its own output level control, but it's just something to keep in mind. If you have an instrument level source, like an electric guitar, an acoustic electric guitar, or a bass guitar, you can connect them directly to one of the first 2 channels. Pressing this instrument switch effectively turns the channel into a direct box input. To recap, we've got 2 inputs that accept either mic level, line level, or instrument level, 2 inputs that accept either mic level or line level, and a total of 4 line level inputs using these 2 stereo channels. If you're keeping count, that's only 8 inputs. The 9th and 10th input are inputs that come from a USB device, which come into the mixer on stereo input 3. Later in the video, we'll talk more about USB configurations for inputs and outputs. The first 4 channels have a high-pass filter and a 3-band EQ, which can be useful for making small adjustments. You'll also find a 2-band EQ on stereo input 1. Now let's take a look at the output capabilities of the ZEDi-10 mixers. There are infinite ways that you can use each output, but I'll go through a few of the most common ways. First, you've got the 2 main XLR outputs. These would usually be connected to the main PA speakers in a live event or to the studio monitors in a studio setting. To route signals to the main outputs, you adjust the mix knob at the bottom of each channel strip. You've also got a pair of auxiliary outputs. One is called aux out and the other is called effects out. These could be used to route signals to stage monitors so that the musicians on stage can hear themselves play. You could create headphone mixes if you had an external headphone amp. Another way to use them is for effects like reverb and delay. To route signals to these outputs, you use the aux send knobs on each channel strip. The headphone output lets you listen to individual inputs or mixes without disrupting what's coming through the main speakers. One of the best features of this mixer is the built-in USB interface. Most mixers like this only allow you to record up to 2 channels. However, the ZEDi-10 mixers let you record 4 separate tracks into your DAW, which is a huge advantage for podcasters and people who are recording bands. Depending on how you plan to use the mixer, there are a few USB configurations, and you can see each option in this section. The first option is to route mic input 1, 2, 3, and 4 to the computer. This would allow you to record 4 podcast guests or 4 instruments to separate tracks in your recording software. The second option is to route mic input 1, mic input 2, and the main outputs to your computer. The third option is to route mic input 1, mic input 2, aux out, and effects out to the computer. So is the ZEDi-10 worth the money? Honestly, I'm blown away by the features you get for such a low price. If I were trying to record a band or a podcast with more than 2 guests while staying under $250, I'd probably go with this mixer. If you're getting this mixer for live sound, it might be worth spending the extra money for the ZEDi-10 FX so that you can get access to the built-in reverb and delay effects. But for those who will be using the mixer at home for recording, I don't think it's worth it. You'll probably already have reverb and delay plugins within your DAW, so there's no need. If you want some help using this mixer, or any mixer for that matter, check out the video on the Audio University website that'll step you through everything you need to know. You can find that at audiouniversityonline.com/mixing console tutorial. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and let me know in the comments if you think this mixer is a good fit for you. I'll see you in the next video.